Hi, and welcome to Round Robin. I'm Don Mann with the City of Hampton, and we're here with Brooks Hierstein with the Hampton Roads Convention Center. He handles the sporting events, senior sales manager there. We're going to talk about some of the sport events that happen in the City of Hampton that you host. We've got a wide variety, I know.
Absolutely.
Can you talk a little bit about what we have coming up and what we can look forward to?
Sure. Yeah. Well, we're coming off a strong winter season. We actually hosted the Virginia High School League State Football Championships at Hampton University. Right. So, it was an opportunity to showcase the campus to over 3,000 people back in December. And then we went right into January season with the Virginia Duels, where we had over 1,000 athletes wrestling, high school and college athletes. And then took a week off, came back with 156 girls volleyball teams. We played on 26 courts at the Convention Center, as well as at the Boo Williams Sportsplex for the Mid-Atlantic Power League volleyball tournament. So wide range of events that have taken place, and we're not stopping yet.
Sure. Yeah, it's big when you've got two venues that you have to split up the competition. And I know the Virginia Duels, I have some wrestling friends who get really excited about that.
Yeah.
Have so many people come in and get competitive. Can you talk about some of the venues? Obviously the Boo Williams Sportsplex and the Hampton Roads Convention Center, but where else can we find events?
So we are actually hosting events at the Hampton BMX track, our waterfront. We host events down at Buckrow Beach, Fort Monroe at Paradise Ocean Club, War Memorial Stadium. We're actually hosting 8 youth baseball tournaments split between Briarfield Park and War Memorial Stadium this year. Right. And we also host events at not only the Hampton Coliseum, but Spare Times Bowling Alley. Right. So there's a lot going on in the city this year.
Right. Yeah, you don't think of official events happening at the bowling alley, but this year we've got a bowling tournament, right?
We are hosting, so we have 4 tournaments throughout the year. The first one will be the Women's State Bowling Tournament, and it'll be held on 5 consecutive weekends starting March 30-31.
Okay.
So we'll go all the way through April into the first part of May, and those are the state's best women bowlers.
Wow. So there's pretty much something for everyone. You've got basketball, which is huge for the Convention Center and for the City of Hampton, right?
Basketball has always been our strong sport. We host a lot of basketball tournaments throughout the year. The largest one that we host is the Nike Girls Invitational. Right. That's April 26th through the 28th, and that's an event that actually it's on a circuit of 4 cities, and it's Louisville, Indianapolis, Chicago, and Hampton. Right. And we host over 250 girls basketball teams, split up between 20 plus courts between the Convention Center and the Boo Williams Sportsplex. And we attract teams from all over the country for that event. Right. California, Canada, Minnesota, everywhere.
Wow.
That is a huge event for us. A few thousand athletes that are participating.
Wow, that's a lot. Yeah.
It is huge.
It's a big operation. So I'm sure you have a lot of people involved. And how far does the season go? Basketball is about to start, or has already started, and that goes till how long?
Basketball typically will go from about March to end of July, beginning of August. So we just finished up our indoor track season at the Boo Williams Sportsplex. Right. Last weekend, we actually hosted the Virginia High School League Indoor Track State Championships, which is about 110 schools, over 1,000 track athletes. And now we're going right into basketball season. But before we hit basketball, we're hosting a USA Gymnastics State Championship at the Boo Williams Sportsplex in March. So, it's definitely multi-purpose facility for us.
Sure, and you have a couple gymnastics events.
Yeah, in May we'll host the Virginia Excel State Meet, which is probably 1,600 gymnasts from around the state, and that'll be at the Convention Center, and that's in May. So it's gymnastics has been a strong sport for the city of Hampton.
Well, it's so dynamic and athletic, and there's some amazing athleticism going on in all these sports.
Absolutely.
And you mentioned the BMX track. How long can folks go there and see the races, and remind them where that is?
So the BMX track is over at Gosnell's Hope Park, and that track this year was ranked in the top 10 of tracks on the East Coast through USA BMX. And they offer programming throughout the year, as long as the weather is is cooperating, that's a place
Sure.
to go, and they're always looking for new riders. They have hosted some state championship events there. We're always looking at trying to build that track and build their database, and hopes to bring a national event to that track, and
Wow.
even more USA BMX exposure.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, unfortunately, in the summer, we have pretty good weather in Virginia. You can,
Sure.
It's not too rainy, gets a little hot, but that's not going to stop anyone from
No, the heat
racing.
doesn't bother us. We're
Right.
used to it.
Exactly.
We're
Or you'll get used to it.
That's true. We really are a year-round destination.
Right.
That's the nice thing about having all these multi-purpose facilities. We can host the indoor events, and then we can go right outside in the season and host events at War Memorial Stadium, out on our waterfront.
Right.
We're hosting the Life's a Beach Triathlon in June, which will bring 600 plus athletes to Buckrow Beach.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
The Crawl and Crab half marathon and 5K in October.
Right.
There's a lot to do.
Yeah, that's such a great operation. It's
Exactly.
So popular, I know. And you mentioned the Paradise Ocean Club. We've got the beach volleyball there, right?
Yeah, we host the EVP Beach Volleyball World Championships at Paradise Ocean Club in August. And that's 24 professional teams from around the country that come to compete. And it's all the winners through their circuit throughout the year. So we welcome all the first and second place teams from all of their other tournaments throughout the year.
Yeah, that's great. That's exciting.
Fort Monroe is such a beautiful venue.
Sure.
Anytime we can showcase that
Right.
location, it's a plus for us.
Well, it's great that we're using the whole city for all these events. Go from Briarfield Park all the way to Fort Monroe, Gosnell Hole Park, and Hampton Roads Convention Center. It's fantastic that we're really making the most of what the city has to offer.
Yeah, and our facilities are so easy to work with too. Like I said, we had a volleyball tournament one weekend where we put 18 volleyball courts in the convention center. Turned right around the next week, and then we had a CrossFit event.
Right.
We'll take a little break, and then we'll host basketball tournaments there where we put 12 basketball courts down, and then we put gymnastics equipment down.
Right.
So it's nice that we're able to showcase the facility in different ways.
Sure,
To
yeah.
a whole different amount of athletes.
Right. You have to have a lot of flexibility and ability to put in these different events to obviously have different surfaces and equipment.
Yeah.
So we've got CrossFit to basketball, the BMX racing. How many athletes would you say come in a year and get involved with our tourism, and obviously they're staying in our hotels?
Well, between now and the end of June, and that's before we get into our busy season of July, the summer season, we'll be hosting over 20 events just in this spring season.
Wow.
And that's bringing probably around 18,000 athletes to the city.
Wow.
And those are all, that's just athletes. That's not families,
Right,
friends.
right.
So those are all people that are staying in our hotels, eating in our restaurants, visiting our attractions, going out to our stores.
Exactly.
So it's a large amount of people that we welcome to the city, and we hope to continue to do that. They extend their they make this a vacation for themselves.
Sure, yeah.
So they'll extend their trip a day or two on the back end or a day or two on the front end of the tournament, just so that they can go visit everything that we have to offer here in the
Right.
city.
Yeah, because we do have the beaches. We've got so many great restaurants and now new hotels for them to stay at. A wide variety of prices and venues. How can they find out more about the sporting events going on in the city of Hampton? Where can they go?
They can go to our website, which is visithampton.com, and we have our full list of events on there, not only just our sporting events, but just any event that's happening in the city. And that's really we update that daily, sometimes multiple times a day. So that's probably the best place to go to really see what we have to offer.
That's great. Yeah, is there anything else you wanted to mention that we didn't go over?
No, I mentioned how many events we have coming up in the spring, but going into July, we host 8 AAU basketball national championships.
Right.
So, there's really no resting.
Right.
We go from one season to the next and don't stop.
And there's always something for everyone to see. You've got, like we said, we've got bowling, CrossFit, volleyball, gymnastics. It's the whole gamut of the sports world, it sounds like.
Absolutely, and we're always looking to introduce new sports.
Right.
So if there's a new sport out there, we're going to find it.
Great. So if an organization does want to contact you to set up an event and arrange that, would they just go to the website or?
Yeah, they can go to visithampton.com. All of my information is on there.
Okay.
Feel free to reach out to me, and we look forward to hosting them.
Great. That sounds awesome. All right. Well, thanks for coming on the show. We have Brooks Hierstein with the Hampton Roads Convention Center. And thank you for watching. And I hope you'll come out to our Hampton events and see some basketball or other sports.